love that joke, and this won't be the second coming. But interestingly, it does tie in. I had something of an epiphany. I came to the realization I tell way too many religious jokes, and it's too controversial. So I gave it some thought, and I'm going to retire the religious humor, man. I'm not going to use a microphone and talk about religion anymore. But as kind of an exclamation point, I came up with a really simple one-sentence summary of my spiritual dissonance. Here it is. I'm an agnostic, dyslexic insomniac that lies awake at night wondering if there's a dog. That's my last word on religion, I promise. So, I went to college in the 70s, and we did a lot of drugs, and I'm not particularly proud of that. I'm just honest about it. It's what we thought you were supposed to do. You know, we figured they'd be legal any day, and that they actually made us smarter. It was a different world. And I'm curious, how many of you all read? Just a show of hands, how many people read? Good, man. And I know I'm playing right into a dangerous stereotype here. This dude looks like my dad, and he's going to tell me to read a book. Stay in school, kids. No, it's not where I'm going with this at all. I read something the other day. All of those drugs didn't prepare me for the crazy shit that's happening in our country nowadays. I mean, I never could have imagined. You can't make this stuff up. And it didn't prepare me well for this. It made it worse, I think, somehow, if that's possible. But this guy was saying the Trump presidency is like a horse in a hospital. And I thought, man, that's such a great metaphor, you know? The horse is a misfit. He doesn't have any idea what to do in there. There's danger around every corner. And the hospital's big. So, you know, the horse can disappear for hours, even days. And then, hey, the horse just got on the elevator. Well, shit, call security. Nah, the horse fired security. You know, it's just like a recurring nightmare, and it seemed to really fit what I seem to see when I can force myself to read the news. I've never had much patience with fiction, and especially now, the real world is so surreal. Why would I read something that's by definition not real, you know? And my apology to any poets in the audience, but I feel the same way about poetry. It's like stand-up with no punchline, right? Why bother? So, but I guess I'm missing out. The other thing that people have mentioned about my presentation, I seem to spend a lot of time talking about my online dating. Thanks for pointing that out, Aiden. Because it's real, you know, it's something that single guys do. So I'm going to give it up. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop the whole dating game. I can't deal with it emotionally. Right. You guys are thinking, right, you lying, crazy horn dog, you're not going to stop. But I have changed my tactics significantly. I've learned a few things. The women that I actually meet, who actually, you know, face to face, you get to talk instead of texting or looking at fake pictures. You actually meet them, and most women don't send out any messages at all. And so I realized, man, men and women are so fundamentally different, you know. When I shop, it's way different than when I used to shop with my girlfriend. When I shop, I got a list, and I spend like from 7 to 12 minutes. I got goals. I'm going to buy this and this and this, and I enjoy shopping that way. When I shop with her, what we bought was kind of coincidental. It was the experience, and she could spend hours or an entire afternoon shopping, and it was great. It was like an activity. I'm kind of that way with dating. It's like I'm like a wolf looking for a bitch wolf that I can, you know, bring back to my den. And I realized talking to women, they don't send messages at all. It's more like maybe a video game. It's like, no, no, hell no, maybe. You know, and it's just sort of something they do for entertainment, whereas I think there's a tone of desperation with guys that is frightening. So anyway, so I'm not sending messages anymore, man. I'm backed way off, and and I can tell it's going to work really well. I got a message yesterday from an unlikely prospect in Bakersfield, and I'm not making this up. This is reality. First of all, I'm on Match. That's the only site that I'm on, and that's outside of my range. It's like I don't want somebody more than 20 miles away, and Bakersfield is like too far and frankly too fucked. I mean, who wants to date somebody in Bakersfield? And I did too, so I have permission. I have permission. I got the papers right here. We can talk after the show. So, but the killer was her picture with all the enhancements and things that people do to their pictures. Her picture, it's not nice to make fun of people, but it's pretty damn funny. Her picture looked like a rhinoceros with an ill-fitting wig. And, you know, come to think of it, what other sort of a wig would a rhinoceros wear? But she, man, it made an impact on my visual cortex. She was really, really bad looking. And I got a sliding scale. I'm pretty open to almost anything, but this was just god-awful. But the clincher was her comment, she liked me, and she said, "Hey there." I thought, man, with a face like that, you need to work on your line. Anyway, thanks a lot. Enjoy the food truck, enjoy the tremendous drinks, and stay in school.